वन्दे रुचेत समकल्मषम् गोष्पदी कृतवारासिं मस्कीकृताराक्षसम् रामायण महामाला रत्नं वन्दे अनिलात्मजम् अंजनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनम् कपितास्तमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम् मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठम् वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यम् श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि उल्लङ्घ्य सिन्धो सलिलं या शोकवह्निं जानकात्मजया अदाय तेनैव ददाह लङ्कां नमामि तं प्राञ्जलिराञ्जनेयम् आञ्जनेयमतिपतलाननं कञ्चनाद्रिकमनीय विग्रहम् पारिजातातरुमूलवासिनं भव्यामि पवमाननन्दनम् यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमता रक्षान्तकम् वेदवेद्य परे पुंसि जते दशरथात्मजे वेदा परच्छेदस्ति साक्षात् रामायणात्मनः श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयम् सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुम् अरविन्ददलायताक्षम् रामं विनाशकरं नमामि। सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। वैदेही सहितं सुरद्रुमातले हरिमे महामण्डपे मध्ये पुष्पकमांसने मणिमये वीरासने सुस्थितम् अग्रे वचयति प्रभञ्जनसुते तत्त्वं मुनिभ्यः परम् व्याख्यान्तं भरतादिभिः परिवृतं रामं भजे श्यामलम्. We chanted this verse, so we should know the translation. Otherwise, it will be something completely bewildering. I salute sage Valmiki, the nightingale, who sings in sweet voice the sweet name of Rama, Rama from the tree of poetry. He who hears the roar, the story of Rama, the lion of Valmiki, the sage who roams the forest of poetry, attains the supreme state. I salute the sage pure Valmiki, who is not satiated even after constantly drinking the nectarian story of Rama, just like Sukadeva Goswami, just like Vyasdev. So, 60,000 years of meditation and he's writing Valmiki, writing this Ramayana. He didn't write Samadhi Bhashya, both Bhagavatam and Ramayana, both are Samadhi Bhashya. I salute Hanuman, who is the crest jewel of Ramayana, who crossed the ocean as if it were the footprint of calf, and who treated the demons as if they were mosquitoes. I salute Hanuman, the darling of Anjana, his mother, who put an end to the sorrow of Mother Sita, who killed the demon Aksha, and who was a terror to the demons of Lanka. I salute the bowed head Hanuman, who was the messenger of Lord Rama, who could move as fast as the mind or the wind, who was self-controlled and was the foremost among the wise, who was the son of wind god and the foremost among the Vanaras. I salute Hanuman, who crossed the ocean playfully, who gathered the fire of sorrow that tormented Sita, and with it burnt Lanka. I contemplate Hanuman with wide forehead and golden complexion, who dwells at the root of the celestial tree. Please mute your lines, please. I adore Hanuman, the destroyer of the demons, who is present with tears of devotion in his eyes, wherever the names of Lord Rama are sung. When the Supreme Being, the goal of the Vedas, incarnated as Lord Rama, the Vedas became Ramayana. I salute Rama, the son of Dasarada, who is peerless, who is the husband of Mother Sita and the light of the rays of the Raghu, who has long arms and lotus-like eyes. I adore Rama, who is seated on the foot of the celestial tree, on a flowery seat in a golden palace, along with Sita and his brothers, while his glories are sung by the sages. So that is the translation. Now we'll sing a song and then we'll try to understand the connection from the Aranya Kanda to Kishkinda Kaanda. Ayodhyavasi Ram, 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 Dasaradanandana Ram. Ayodhyavasi Ram, 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 Dasaradanandana Ram. Ayodhyavasi Ram, 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 Dasaradanandana Ram. Patita Pavana Janaki Jivana Sita Mohana Ram. Patita Pavana Janaki Jivana Sita Mohana Ram. Patita Pavana Janaki Jivana Sita Mohana Ram. Ayodhyavasi Ram, 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 Dasaradanandana Ram. Ayodhyavasi Ram, 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 Dasaradanandana Ram. Patita Pavana Janaki Jivana Sita Mohana Ram. Patita Pavana Janaki Jivana Sita Mohana Ram. Ayodhyavasi Ram, 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 Dasaradanandana Ram. Ayodhyavasi Ram, 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 Dasaradanandana Ram. Patita Pavana Janaki Jivana Sita Mohana Ram. Patita Pavana Janaki Jivana Sita Mohana Ram. Ayodhyavasi Ram, 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 Dasarada Nandana Ram. Sitaram Lakshmana Bhagwan ki jai. So, the connection from the Aranya Kanda to Kishkinda Kaanda, as we can see that Kabanda is the main connecting point. When Lord Ramachandra, after the Jata's demise has happened, where in Aranya Kanda it is described that they have been Lord Ramachandra and Lakshmana was, as they are walking in the forest, then they met with this demon Kavanda, who had a long arms, very long arms, and this demon caught hold of with one hand, left hand Lakshmana and right hand Lord Ramachandra, and they couldn't move. They tried their best, but they couldn't move. But they understood finally this demon's weak point and the strength. So that where it described that while in the forest, Kadamba suddenly appeared before them. The demon blocked the path of brothers who tried to escape by taking different route. But were finally caught by the long arms of Kabanda. The demon grabbed Rama in his right arm and Lakshmana in his left, finding themselves helpless in Kabanda's clutches. Lakshmana appeals to Rama to escape and find Sita, leaving him behind as a sacrifice to the demon. And both the brothers had left every hope of survival. They decided to make last-ditch effort for survival and drew their swords to cut Kadamba's arms as his strength lay in his hands. The brothers drew their swords quickly, cut off the arms of the demon, who fell down with mighty roar. So from this, there are a couple of points understanding, lessons. Basically, this Kabanda is a demon in one sense, but he became a demon because of the curse by Indra. Viswavasu, he was a demigod from a demigod planet. So by the curse, he became a demon. And then obviously the curse comes with the benediction also, as soon as the Lord touches. So then he went back to his previous position. So the lesson will be here is one should not give up. Their Lord Rama and Lakshmana fought for quite some time to how to get out of this hands of this great Kavanda. Never give up at any time. So especially for devotees, that means one must have great enthusiasm, usaha, nishya, dharya, tat karma pravartana, sangat tyago sato vritti, sadbir bhakti prasiddhat. So one must have great enthusiasm, great patience is very much required, and determination. These three things. And it can only come, these three things can only come when tat karma pravartana happens. That means under the bona fide acharya's guidance, then we can have enthusiasm, then we can have patience, then we can have determination. If you're not under the guidance, then you can't actually attain it. We look at the Gajendra's example, we look at the Prahlad Maharaj's example, look at the Pandavas example, look at the Ambarish Maharaj example. Who was there behind? Who was their source of determination? Who was their source of devotion? So their source of devotion is Narada Muni for Prahlad Maharaj. For Ambarish Maharaj also same thing. For Pandavas also, Narada Muni is there, Vyasdev was there. They were always serving. The Lord was, Supreme Lord was there, obviously. So this is their devotion, intense devotion under the guidance. Same thing with Dhritarashtra. Also we see the same. Dhritarashtra, despite being a demon, he could fight against Indra fearlessly because Narayana Parasarve Kudastham Sarga Parga Dwara Tulyabda Darshan. So he didn't care about death or no. He's going to be alive because he's completely taken shelter of the Supreme Lord and his devotees. He's also taken shelter of Narada Muni also, as in the previous life as a king, Chitraketu. So there also is using the same verse 6:13-24. Remember that. Aham hare tava padaika moolam dasanu daso bhavitasmi bhuya. Mana smaretasu asu pater gunamse karma karoti ka. Vak karma grunita vak karma karoti kaya. So let me, life after life, let me be as use my body, mind, and senses in the service of devotees after devotees after devotees. That's what he's praying to the Lord. Dhritarashtra is praying. So that is why he was so strong. He could defeat Indra. He could chastise Indra. And Indra couldn't do anything. For 1 year, he couldn't do. He used his Vajra, but he couldn't do. After he left from Samadhi, his body is there, but he left. He went back to Vaikuntha. Then the body fell down after 1 year. Vajra couldn't do even 1 minute. It took 1 year to fall down. So that is the position of a devotee. That is the position of devotee because he's always under the shelter of the bona fide acharya, taking full shelter. Then we will be always strong. Nothing can, even great difficulty. At the grade almost in the Demon Maharaj also same thing with Gajendra also same. Till last breath they are fighting. They didn't lose the hope. So we should never lose the hope. We should take complete shelter of Acharya and Acharya's instruction. So that is the first one. And even the enemies also will have sometimes, in this case, Kavanda helped, obviously, after Lord Ramchandra cut his hands. Then he told, now he put on the fire. So then they burned him. Then as soon as the Viswavasu was the demigod, then he came from that, he attained the new body. Then he told, so you're going to find Mother Sita. Now you go to the western side to this Kishkinda, sorry, Pampa river. towards Pampa River. There you can meet Sugriva, Monkey King. There he will help you to find Mother Sita. He knows. So, and he is also in a great difficult problem, similarly like you. So if you make a friendship with him, then you will be able to resolve your situation, and he will be also able to resolve both. You should help each other in this way. Now, Kabanda also is teaching us that never give up, and however strong. Then another lesson is we have to understand our weakness and strength. So we'll always have weakness and strength. Both we have to find out. So as Srimad Bhagavatam explains that Anartha Upasamam Sakshat Bhakti Yogam Adokshi Lokasya Janato Vidvam Chakre Sattva Samhitam. So these anarthas will be there. We have to find out these. In this case, Kavanda's strength is in the arms, and the same thing. As soon as the arms are cut, he's lost. He couldn't do anything. So we have to find always where is our strength, where is our weakness. If your chanting is our strength, we should attentively, absorbedly, we should chant. If our strength is on service, we should never give up service at any point of time for anything. If our strength is in hearing, then we should every day, no matter what, hearing has to go on. At least whatever we have strength, those things should never be given up, not even a single day. Then other things we have to keep improving. The weakness, where we have weakness, that also we have to keep improving. But at least strength should not be given up. In this way, then so then we will be able to understand this. As Shastra explains always, there is a Samiksha, there is a Pariksha and a Pratiksha. Final exam is always, we don't know when it is going to come. But if you have the Pariksha, every day you are getting the tests, whether we are able to chant, whether we are able to hear, whether we are able to read in the association of devotees. If we are passing, then we will be able to pass the final exam. So that is a Pariksha. Then Pratiksha, you have to have patience. Even one day you fail, you can't be dejected. You have to continue to make those tests. One day you will pass it. With great determination, you have to continue it. Then final exam will definitely, for sure, we will pass. So we should never give up the hope, and we should, understanding the weakness and strength, we have to work towards. This is the connecting point. Kabanda is connecting. Now Lord Ramachandra is going into the entering into the Kishkinda Kaanda. Means this is a forest which is now in Karnataka, Hampi, around Hampi area. So Pampa Lake, which is also in Karnataka, I think. So there, Lord Ramachandra is walking with Lord Lakshmana. And then as soon as he sees this beautiful place of Pampa River, this is in this chapter, the beautiful verses are described. It is similar to our Arjuna's case. Here Lord Ramachandra is seemingly lamenting, seemingly crying for various reasons. And these reasons are explained. That one is to show that one who is attached to the material things, one who is attached to the wife, one who is attached to the material things, how we will have to go through the suffering. That is explained in one reason. Other reason is explained that Lord Ramachandra has come. So as soon as, first of all, one should not enter into Grihastha ashram. That is better. But if you cannot, then it's fine. But when you enter, then you must be faithful to the wife and the wife to the husband, same way, both ways. That means you have to protect, follow the religious principle and protect the wife. For that reason, Lord Ramachandra showed how to be ideal husband, following the religious principle at the same time, protecting the wife to the extent that he is ready to kill Ravana. That is another reason. These reasons I am not giving my own. These are Prabhupada reasons. If we read Prabhupada book, then we know where Prabhupada said. Can anybody tell me where Prabhupada said about Lord Ramachandra these things? Can somebody tell me? You can unmute and tell me. Anybody knows where Prabhupada is telling this? Canto 5. I will give you the clue. Can you tell me what chapter it is? So that we have to read Prabhupada books. Canto 5, chapter 19. Lord Ramachandra's prayers are there. Kim Purusha Varsha. Devotees are praying to Lord Ramachandra. There, 4 or 5 reasons, point after point. Martyavataram Matya Sikshanam. Why Lord Ramachandra appeared? He has appeared specifically. Ravana cannot be killed by anybody else. He has to be a human being. For that purpose, Martyavataram Matya Sikshanam, to teach how to lead religious life, how to develop our love of God, how to be not attached to the things. So these are the main reasons. And the last reason is Lord, even though He is coming to teach us, but He is still transcendental. His emotions, His lamentation is not material. His lamentation is teaching the highest, the topmost, the epitome of the devotion service is Vipralamba Bhav. Sambhoga and Vipralamba. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also has to come to teach. In these verses, you will see the last verse, I think. Prabhupada writing the purport. The best is to worship the six-armed. Yeah. You see that the six-armed form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shadbhuj form. In that, Lord Ramachandra form is there, Lord Krishna's form is there, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. All six, worshipping the six-armed form. Prabhupada is talking about. Can somebody tell me the verse where Prabhupada is quoting this verse? There is a beautiful verse which explains all three. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Ramachandra, Lord Krishna, all three in one verse. I'll give the first two words. Takta Sujasta Surepti Rajya Lakshmi. Can anybody tell me the other lines? You have to know, this is a famous verse. We should know this verse. If you are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, if you are devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then we should know this verse. Takta Sujasta Surepti Rajya Lakshmi. Maya Mrugam Daitya. Before that, Dharmishta Arya Vachasa Ad Agad Aranyam. Maya Mrugam Daita Ipsaya Anvadavat. Vande Mahapurusha Te Charanara Vindam. That's why we have to hear also classes attentively. There is one class we had. Gauranga Darshan Prabhu has given class just on this verse only. Last year, I think. So that's why we have to hear attentively, we have to note down. So then only we can remember and then practice. If we don't note down, then we'll be simply hearing and then we'll go back to the same normal things on a day-to-day basis. Then that cannot be done. Once in a while is okay, but we have to. That's what sufficient submissive hearing. Prabhupada keep repeating, especially in nectar devotion classes. You have to hear a lot and practice it though. Note it and practice it gradually. Then we'll get there. If you hear for 5 to 10 years from Prabhupada, you will know what Prabhupada's mission is. We will know what Prabhupada wants from us. You will follow it. If you hear from Prabhupada every day, gradually, for 5 to 10 years, if you hear, you will read Prabhupada's books, we will attain perfection guaranteed. Because he will make us disciplined. If not, then we can't become disciplined. Because we don't have qualification, neither we have strength. So that has to come from Acharya. So that's why we have to take his full shot of his Vani. When somebody said, when you die, I never die. I mean, always in my books. Prabhupada said, Vani. So that's why Vani is very important. So here in this verse, Prabhupada also explains, this is the 11th canto, Karabhajan Muni is speaking this verse. Karabhajan Muni. There it is explained that Tekta Sujast Sureps the Raja Lakshmi, because in the Pampa lake, when Lord Ramachandra Lakshmana is walking, let me quote those verses. So that first in Ramayana, as in the Kishkinda Kaanda, Kishkinda Kaanda, these verses are explained. Satam, this is 411, first verse. Satam Pushkarinim Gatva Padma Utpala Jahaz Akulam Rama Saumitri Sahita Vilalapa Kulendriya. Beautiful line. Rama Saumitri Sahita Vilalapa Kulendriya. Lord Ramachandra is also crying. Great lamentation of Mother Sita. Lakshmana has to console him. To that extent, he was lamenting. Just like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu going to after sannyas so many times. Lord Nityam, some associate or other had to console Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Great lamentation also. Intense separation. So this is the same in this case also. Rama, on arriving at that lake of lotuses called Pampa, along with Lakshmana, which is full with lotuses and fishes, was disturbed on seeing the beauty of the lake comparable with Mother Sita's face. Always Lord and Lord's consort is compared with lotuses, because purity, cleanliness, everything is there. So it is similar to just like this crying as we see Arjuna's same thing in beginning of second chapter. Sanjay action. Tam tata Sanjay was tam tata krupaya vistam asru purna kulekshanam visidantam vidam vasam. He was also lamenting. Lord Ramachandra is lamenting. So there, this in the 519, verse number 3 to all the way to 8. Fourth verse is this Matyavataram Martya Sikshanam. Prabhupada is giving 4 reasons why Lord Ramachandra appeared. Beautiful verses. We should know those verses. And then in this verse, this is 11th canto. Tekta suggested Surepsa Raja Lakshmi. Adharmista Arya Vachasa Agadharanyam. Lord Ramachandra has left on the father's instruction, King Dasrath's instruction, without any attachment. To protect the dharma is to follow the words of his father. Doesn't matter how much he has to go through. He is ready to take on as he given the word. Father's word, spiritual master words are taken as it is without any deviation. So that's why here it is mentioned. Dharmista, this applies to the same thing. Arya Vachasa, Sridhara Swami is quoting for Lord Ramachandra, Jiva Goswami is quoting for Krishna. Jiva Goswami is quoting that same as Devaki and Vasudeva. Because of fear of Kamsa, Lord Krishna also left and went to Vrindavan forest. Like Vrindavan is a forest. So here Lord Ramachandra, Dharmista, is a great follower of great religiosity, religious principles, Sanatana Dharma. Dasharatha Maharaj also, Lord Ramachandra also. So Lord Ramachandra, following the father, he left Agadhar and he went to forest also. Then Maya Mrugam Daiti Sayaya Anvadavad. Daiti Maya Mrugam in this case is a deer, illusory deer, as Mother Sita was attracted by that illusory deer. Then Lord Ramachandra went to it. There Maya Mrugam is the deer, illusory deer, and then Daita Ipsaya means desiring. Whose desire? Mother Sita's desire. So Daita Ipsaya is Sita Maharani's desire of wanted to have that deer. Then Lord Ramachandra went and went to get that deer. So that's when this happened. So and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also Tekta suggested Surepsa Rajalakshmi and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. Dharmista Aryavasa in this second line means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also left because Brahmana cursed him because he couldn't enter into Kirtan and Srivasangam. Then he had to leave that. And then he accepted jubilantly, dancingly accepted. Let it be so. So you'll take sannyas. Fine, that was his mission anyway. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also took sannyas. So your Lord Ramachandra left. Lakshmana, Mother Sita, went to forest, obviously, not at the kingdom, not maintain the kingdom. So everything is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left with a beautiful wife and mother and then took sannyas. Lord Krishna leaving, Devaki was there into the forest, to Vrindavan. This way, here the Karabhajan Muni is explaining. So on to that personality, one day, Mahapurusha te Charanarvindam. So that's why we have to take every day, make sure that we take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Srila Prabhupada, both Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then actually we can attain perfection, guaranteed. If they take their full shelter, we are always playing instrument in their hands. Our life is guaranteed to achieve success. It is there in their hands. We have to leave everything in their hands and work towards for their pleasure. Then our life will be success. It will be every day will be a blissful day, no matter external what's going on in our life. Everything internal will be so absorbed, so peaceful, so conscious, as Lord Ramachandra is teaching. So Yoginam, that what is it? Ramante Yogino Ananta Satyananda Chidatme Rama Padenaso Param Brahma Vidiyate. This is what Lord Ramachandra. Word Rama, word means great pleasure. As soon as you take the word Rama, so then you have to feel that intense pleasure. When you chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, then you can feel intensely, absorbedly. Then actually you can feel, as you chant, you feel so much pleasure for the Lord. Otherwise, it's very difficult. So as this Pampa Lake, the lamentation is, that's what lamentation means. There are various reasons. One is showing materially how people are lamented, Jayato Visham Pamsa, because of that. The other reason is intense separation from Mother Sita. When Lord wants to enjoy, so you can only enjoy with the internal potency. Param Brahma, Lord Krishna, Lord Ramachandra, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Supreme Lord can only enjoy. Ramadi Murti Kalayana Niyamena Tishtam Nanavataram Karot Bhunesh Krishna Swayam Sambhavat Parama Pumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhaja. So Lord Ramachandra is a great separation, intense separation from others, Vipulam Bhava. And his devotees, pure devotees. Lord is very much in great, he cannot feel, he cannot tolerate his separation from his pure devotees. Today, Mother Yashoda, it would consort Sita Maharani, it could be the Gopis, Radharani, so all the internal energies of the Lord. So that is actually the main aspect. But the other aspect is to teach us the lesson. So that's how we have to understand these verses. And Lord Lakshmana is pacifying brother Lord Ramachandra. So that's why we have to be always under guidance. Guru is there, but we should have at least one more, either Guru's representative or another advanced devotee, sadhu, so that we can share our feelings, emotions, exchanging what's going on in our life and how we can deal with the situations and whether we are on the right track or not. Otherwise, on our own, we can't do it. Dadati pratigranatu bhishmakyadi puchyati. Munjate bhojate sadvida pritalaksana, as Nectar Instruction Rupa Goswami describing. So here Lord Ramachandra is also pacifying his brother. Samstamba Rama Badram Tema Sucha Purushottama Na Idrishena Mati Manda Bhavati Akulas Atmana. Oh, best among one, please control yourself, Rama. I'm going to ask questions as we go along. So you will have to bear with me and answer. Let safety beside you. Do not lament. The intellect of your kind of unblemished souls does not become languorous. So lamenting here. What Lakshmana is telling, samstambha, that means control yourself, Lord Rama. Lakshmana is telling. So where is the verse? In Bhagavad Gita, the 4th chapter, there is a verse. How to control our mind, senses. Can somebody tell me? The last verse. I'm giving you the clue also. Last verse of 4th chapter. I have quoted previously many times. This verse. Very important verse. 4th chapter, last verse. The same exact word is there in that verse. We should know, we should read, we should hear regularly. If you hear Prabhupada, then these verses Prabhupada repeats. Evam buddhe param buddha samstabhya atma samstabhya. Controlling. How you will control mind, senses? When the intelligence is sharpened. Or when the intelligence is sharpened, if you hear it. If you are in the association of Prabhupada and hearing it and doing service and chanting, then you can control. Otherwise, there is no possibility of controlling. We have no capacity. Evam buddhe param buddha samstabhya atmanam jahi satrum mahabahu kama rupa durasadam. Durasadam, insurmountable. There is no way a living entity, human being, even a devotee, cannot control the senses or the minds, the desires, unless he purifies intelligence every day. Every day. And the last verse of 4th chapter, transcendental knowledge. That's what transcendental knowledge will does us. Because we are not in the spontaneous devotion. If you have spontaneous devotion, then you don't need any knowledge. Because you are directly attached to Krishna, then every day you will love Krishna. Your life will be loving Krishna every day, every minute. But we are not there yet. So that's why we need transcendental knowledge, because we don't have faith. If you have that 100% spontaneous devotion, then you don't need knowledge actually. There is no dependence on knowledge. Because we don't have that's why we have to now gain that knowledge, so that ignorance, passion will go away, and then evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yoga mukta sangasya ayate. So this is the instruction from here also, as we can see. Now, as the Pampa Lake comes, then Lord Ramachandra and Lakshmana are walking. Then our Sugriva, our great devotees, Lord Hanuman and Sugriva, then sees, especially Sugriva is already afraid, seeing, because he's thinking of Vali. So as most of you know the story, but we still read. Let's see if we have time for it's 40. Beautiful pastime is there, explaining the birth of Hanuman and the interesting pastimes, fascinating pastimes, untold pastimes. And the second is the search of the in this forest as they meet. So here Lord Ramachandra and Lakshmana running in this forest around Pampa Lake. Then the Sugriva sees, and then he was doubtful. Oh, they are so well-built bodies. Why are they in the forest searching here? What are they searching for? It must be Mr. Wali's another idea to kill us. Hmm. Then he doesn't want to go. So he was afraid. Then he goes up and up in the peaks to hide himself. He's already hiding. This in Rishyamukha mountain, where close to Matanga Muni's ashram. He's been cursed. Wali has been cursed by, because Wali is a great warrior, great strength, because Indra. That is another reason. We'll come to that. There are 4 reasons why the Wali has been killed. Wali is asked, why did Lord Ramachandra, why did you kill me this way? Then he gives the reasons. So Bali was so powerful that he could hold Ravana in one hand, just in his armpit. Ravana itself is a great warrior, but Bali is such a fighter because he's a son of Indra. He's a demigod himself. So also, so that he was so powerful. As they fought, both of them, one time Dundubi was another demon. Then both brothers went in, Sugriva and Vali went in to fight. And then they went into the cave. Wali says, you wait outside until I come. Then 1 year passed. He didn't come out. Then he heard a big sound. Then the Sugriva thought, okay, that means my brother died. Then he thought if Dreaman is going to come and kill me also. He put a stone, closed that hole, and then went back. Then he told what happened. Then he became the king. And then his brother Wali came and found out what happened. Then he chastised his brother Sugriva, and then how can he do this? And then completely has taken him down, and then also his wife, and then taken the kingdom. So that's when Sugriva goes and hides at this place. And then another time also it was happening a few times. Then he came to Matanga Muni also. Then when Sugriva took shelter, Matanga Muni cursed him. If you enter, you're going to die. For 6 kilometers or some distance was given. Even if your soldiers will enter, they will become stones. You make sure that you don't enter. So that was a curse. So that's it. Then this Mukha mountain is close by there. So then that's where Sugriva is hiding. So Sugriva, seeing Lord Ramachandra and Lakshmana, what's happening down, then he sends Hanuman. A beautiful description is there. Lord Ramachandra was so fond of Lord Hanuman that, oh, there is no one in this world who can speak such an eloquent. Not a word is at fault. Not a grammar is at fault. His facial expression, nothing. Everything is supremely excellent. Who is this person? He's asking Lakshmana. Beautiful verses Lord Rama is speaking here in the 5th chapter. This is in the 5th chapter in Rama Katha, Kishkinda Kaanda, sorry, where is describing Samskara Krama Sampannanam Adbhutam Avilamitam Ucharayati Kalyanim Vacha Hridaya Harshini. He has orderly refinement in speech that is remarkable, undelaying. He speaks propitious word that heart pleasing, with sweet voice, enunciated syllables, properly pairing words, quick and confident. Rhythm include his speech is generated in 3 places, is enthralling, and whose heart it is that. And even that of an enemy after rising is sworn at him on hearing his speech, disenchanted even after. So that's how much Lord Ramchandra. So many verses are there. I just took 2 verses, 4.332, 4.333 of this chapter, particular chapter. Lord Hanuman meeting Sri Ramachandra. So here the instruction is austerity of speech. Eloquently, Lord Hanuman is speaking. So as in Bhagavad Gita, this verse is there. And then Prabhupada also quotes this verse, and then Manu Samhita also Prabhupada quotes Satyam Bruyat, Priyam Bruyat. So this is 17:15. The instruction is how to speak the speech. Anudvegagaram Vakyam Satyam Satyam Prihitam Chayat Swadhyaya Abhyasanam Chaiva Vangmayam Tabuchite. Where in the 17th chapter, different things are mentioned. Austerity of speech, this is in that category. Austerity of speech is consistent speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others. Also in regularly reciting Vedic literature. So that's why it is. And Prabhupada says sometimes, few times he told to Gurukul, when they were teaching Gurukul, so he told his disciples, not only they should read the verses, they should know the translation also. So we should make sure. Verses is one thing, reciting Vedic literature helps, but also they should know the more translation. So that in their life in future, they can actually put in practice something they can remember the translation. Oh, I need to do something. So if not, then they will recite the letter. But what does it mean? What they have to apply in life? At least they should know the translation of these verses along with the knowing the verse. So that's the Prabhupada instruction. So here also you can see 1715. And this is the fourth chapter. So what time is it? Now we'll read the beautiful pastime. So this is the Ramayana especially. So we'll read because timing is short. I thought we'll read about Hanuman also, but the Kishkinda Kaanda is about how they went. So we'll read the beautiful pastime. And the monkeys were looking for Sita. They were going to commit suicide on account of their not being able to find her. Because as they met finally, there are few instructions there also. Once finally they meet, they make a oath of friendship. After Hanuman meets, and then Hanuman goes and tells Sugriva that they are not enemies, they are our friends. They are also looking, they need us, and we also need. You also need because you have to fight with Vali, you have to control, you have to get your kingdom back and all. So Lord can help, they can help. So in this way, they make a friendship, both of friendship. So then the Sugriva. So what happens obviously is Lord Ramchandra gives his word, and then Lord Ramchandra goes and what's okay. You go and go to Vali and tell him that you want to fight. So then first time he goes to fight, then Lord Ramchandra is there waiting, but they couldn't fight. Both look alike. So then Sugriva said, "How come you didn't come? I was beaten like anything. You're just simply watching. You said you will come and save me, you'll protect me, but you didn't come do anything." He said, "Yeah, I couldn't decide who in both of you looks same." So then Lakshmana has given something to distinguish Sugriva from himself. Then accordingly, second time they did, and Tara is already telling. Imagine he's already weak. First time it happened, you beat him like anything. A second time, if he's coming, and then I also saw that these Lord Rama and Lakshmana are there. I heard about them. You better be careful. It's better not to go. But Wali is so proud of his strength. Then he said, "No, don't worry about it. I'll take care of him." Then he came out and fought. Then Lord Ramachandra seeing, and then he shot an arrow from the behind. There, Wali asked, "What is this? I thought you were such a great warrior and great king, and then how can you do that? This is not dharma." Then Lord Ramachandra started speaking. "What are you talking about dharma? Where did dharma came from? First of all, you took the wife of your brother, and then you are talking about dharma. So where did that dharma go?" So then he said, "Oh, where is the? What are you talking about dharma? We are monkeys. For monkeys, there is no dharma. Monkeys will have, so many wives and all. You're talking about monkeys. Okay, if you are talking about monkeys, we are Kshatriyas. This is Dasarath Maharaj's kingdom. So we are Ikshwaku dynasty. We are the protectors. As a king, I am supposed to protect. And I have to give the punishment. Otherwise, if the king sees and doesn't punish that person, the king will get also sinful activity. So I have to punish. That Lord Ramchandra gives the second reason why he has killed in that way. Obviously, he had a boon. So one who fights in the front, then he will get more strength. They cannot fight, then obviously, because he has to follow. So as the boons are given, then Lord can only do follow that principles. So that's why Lord has to do that principle is always there. And that was the second reason. Then still he was not satisfied. Then Lord Ramchandra says that, yes, then why did you fight? Why did you kill me? Okay, monkeys. And he told. Then this, as a Kshatriya king, then Lord Ramchandra further told, his Kshatriya principle is to practice the fighting. Then, I'm a monkey. What use is there? My skin is not of use. Okay, if it is a tiger or some other animal, maybe you could use his meat, or you could use the skin or something. But monkeys, what use is there? He said, "No, I am practicing." There is a third reason he uses, practicing the fighting as a Kshatriya king. So that's why I fought. So for practicing the hunting, then we can release from front side, back side, doesn't matter which way. So that was another reason. Gives. Then one more reason is there. Another important reason is also there. Another reason, important reason also. Not only that, first of all, you are a demigod. You are supposed to participate, help me in this pastime. When I appear, because this has already been told to Lord Brahma before. Whenever this problem is there, Lord will appear and protect the devotees. So he is supposed to come. Vali is supposed to come as well and help me. Just like Sugriva also before that, Vali, he forgot himself. He was trying to enjoy himself. He forgot helping Lord Rama, and then he is going against the principles of Dharma, and then he is enjoying nicely. So this is the fourth reason. Then he understood. Then he surrendered at that point. Now you take, so now Bali said, now at least my son Angada, please take care of him. Please protect him. Please give your mercy. So, and Tara also, then otherwise she was ready to give up her life, but in this way. So these are the four reasons. Many other reasons could be there, but these are the 3 or 4 prominent reasons. Then so Sugriva has been told now, so let's help each other. This was the conversation. Lord Ramchandra already killed Vali. Then he told him. So then Sugriva is what he's supposed to do. When the friendship is made with this principle, then he's supposed to help. For 4 months or 6 months, he was nicely enjoying because now he became a king. He was in the palace. Then he told Lord also, you also come and drink and dance. And, he said, no, I am, I left. I came to the forest. I cannot do that. You can do whatever you want. Then for 4 months, he didn't come out. He didn't bother about, he forgot everything. So that also will happen to us also. Regularly it happens. We forget the Prabhupada's instruction, we forget our Acharya's instruction, we go on. It is a weekend chalta hai. It's a festival, so chutti hai, chalta hai. Kal karenge. That will never come. Procrastination. We become so lazy when following what Prabhupada has instructed us. The same thing happen. Many times our guru reminds us, but still again we forget. Yes, Sugriva has been already been told. Hanuman goes and tells him, reminds him, hey, what are you doing? Then Lakshmana gives him already chastisement. Then he comes, then Lord Ramchandra gives mild chastisement. Then he wakes up from his sleep. So many times that's why we need chastisement also. That's the Prabhupada. We have to hear from Prabhupada. He will make sure that we are disciplined. We follow what Lord Ramchandra is teaching, what Lord Hanuman is teaching us, how to maintain our life under the principles of Sanatana Dharma. So supremely important. So in that way, then finally Sugriva sends. Okay, because at the Vali was there, then Sugriva was hiding in one place. Then he sent all his different monkeys, all his battalion in different places. They were hiding in different places. So now he became the king. Then he called all his monkeys throughout the world, informed. Then he sent in 4 different groups. One group is a big group, southern direction, west, north, east, just like nectar devotion to 4 different groups. So in this well, southern direction went all the great devotees. One is Lord Hanuman, Lord Jambavan, Nalakumbha. They're all powerful. Angada. All are powerful. All 4 of them are very, very powerful. Jambavan, I just learned yesterday only. Jambavan is not now. Jambavan is there from when Lord Brahma is born. That time Jambavan there. Beautiful pastime is there. So since anyway I mentioned, I should read so that we know this is the Kishkinda pastime only. Great monkey, beautiful pastime. And the monkeys were, we are on the right point anyway. When the monkeys were looking for Sita, bear with me, time is a little short. They were going to commit suicide on account of their not being to find her. Angada was putting the pusha grass, is ready to give up. I'm going to die, I can't find Sita. The other monkey said, no, there is a nice, secure place where we can go live. Hanuman chastised him. This is illusion. He said, Hanuman got so upset and he was chastising Angada, the rest of the monkeys. What you are trying to do? Do you want to end your life in a prestigious way or do you want to go for some security? They were on a mission of Ramachandra. They had to find Sita and then come back with that information. 30,000 monkeys went on that mission along with these 4 big stalwart warriors. These 30,000 also were sent. Like that, all 3 other groups also. But they couldn't find. 3 groups failed. This is the south group, is the main mission. That was only in the south. In the north, there were 80,000 monkeys. And because east west were not so important, there was only 10,000 in those places. The greatest corporals and generals of Sugriva were ordained to go, and they were told not to come back until they found Sita. Unfortunately, all other groups came back, the north, east, west. But the southern party was still going on. Hanuman, Jambavan, Angada, Nila, Nilakumba were the greatest leaders of the group. I have discussed Hanuman's appearance already. Now we will discuss Jambavan. Jambavan is the oldest created being in the universe, apart from Brahma. When Brahma was thinking of making the creation, he had the vision of the Lord. The Lord shook hands with him and gave him the information of Bhagavatam. Aham evasam evagre. And therefore everything and after everything. Brahma was contemplating to create, and he was thinking, how great is this creation and how I am going to do it. In the meantime, Garbhodakasaya Vishnu was lying down on the snake, and from both his ears, two drops of sweat came out. One drop became Madhu Kaitava demons. A great demon, and the other became Kaitava, another great demon. Madhu and Kaitava came and met and shook hands. They looked back and said, we must finish this. This is a demon. You take shelter of something, and then when you are done with it, you destroy it. The Rakshasa mentality of Madhu and Kaitava created a bad atmosphere, and Brahma started sweating. The sweat came from his four faces. Lord Vishnu got up and looked at Madhu and Kaitava and said, oh, great personalities, Madhu and Kaitava, please give me benediction. They said, that is easy. He is surrendering to us. Do you want who you are? They addressed him, oh, you are the great Madhu and Kaitava, supremely powerful persons. They said, what benediction do you want? Vishnu said, you give me a benediction that I can fight with you. Oh, you want to fight? They said, that is what we are expecting too. Now it is more prestigious for us because it is our benediction. Yet you can fight with us. But one thing, if you ever think that you want to kill us, you can only kill us in a place where there is no earth, no water, no air, no fire, no ether, no mind, no intelligence, and no false ego. You can kill us in that spot. That means they cannot be killed anywhere in the universe. That was what they were thinking. They didn't know anything beyond the universe because they were demons. Then Vishnu started fighting with them and went on for a long time. While the fight was going on, Brahma was sweating again because of the whole evil atmosphere created by Madhu and Kaitava. This time with the sweat came a small entity, and it was there on his cheek. It was moving around there. Brahma said, what is this? He looked at it, it started growing. So the sweat on the floor, it grew more and more. It was a bear. No species were present at that time. What is this? Brahma said, black bear with so much hair on the body. And he grew and became so strong. It spoke in Sanskrit. He spoke to Brahma. You have created me. Somewhere shall I go? Brahma said, I created something without my knowledge. You go to Jambunada. And that was one piece of land in the water of dissolution, Jambunada Kshetra. So immediately he entered Jambunada and he sat down there and was looking around. What he saw was Madhu and Kaitava fighting. He was clapping his hands and wishing. He called out, wonderful, hit him on the head. He was the audience. Vishnu was going up into the sky and picking them up and throwing them. They were so strong coming from the ear of Vishnu. So they were giving a good fight. Garbhodakasaya Vishnu was laying down on the Seshanal for a long time. So you want to have some pastime. You want to have some entertainment. So he created somebody and started fighting. He took Madhu and Kaitava on his lap, and then with his hand he crushed them. They were finished. Because there was no earth, no water, no fire, no ether, no mind, no intelligence, no false ego. So his was a transcendental body. Jambavan jumped up and down and said, wonderful, wonderful fight. Can I see more? Vishnu said, you wait for the creation to start. Then there will be so many fights. So creation started and the Manvantras came one by one. There was a great dissolution. Satyavrata was on the boat. Golden fish came. Huge big fish was born. And with Vasuki and snake, they tied fish on to that boat. The Sapta Rishis were there and Jambavan was sitting there looking, what a nice fish. He said he circumambulated the fish. The fish was circumambulated the whole universe. In this way, Jambavan had a good engagement of that time. Jambavan will not die. He is a Chiranjeeva, just like Hanuman. Aswadama. There are 8 of them. I forget the numbers exactly. Somewhere, Prabhupada says, or in the purport somewhere I read. So Jambavan is one of them. He was getting old, but he was quite strong. Then Kurma avatar came. Jambavan witnessed that also. He was also there when Varaha avatar slapped Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha was slapped and he went up circling around. And while he was circling around, his eyes came out of his sockets. And Jambavan was playing with them. What wonderful fight. That was finished. And he saw Nrisimhadev also. And then Vamandev appeared. Then Vamandev appeared, grew into huge big figure lifting his leg and piercing the universe from the top. Jambavan in 6 movements circled this great form of the Lord, Trivikrama, 18 times, 6 minutes. 6 movements. You can understand what is the power of Jambavan. That was the speed of Jambavan. He was in ecstasy. Oh, what a beautiful form. He was going around and around 18 times in 6 moments, whom he was coming back down. He was in so much ecstasy. He scratched the Mount Meru with his toe nails. Now he got a curse. Meru got upset. Meru came in person and said, Hey, you dirty bear, what are you doing to me? You are touching me with your foot. Even the Saptarishis don't do this. They float over me. They don't set foot on me. You are doing this. So you become old. Because you are young and so fast, you have offended me. You become old and weak. So that's why we have to be very careful with the Vaishnavas. Obviously, all these are, even though they're mountains, they're not their personalities. Meru is just not a mountain. In this case, some of these, they're not like ordinary stones. Meru, Himalaya, all these are powerful personalities. When Bali was, or before, some personality was also, too much itching of their strength. They said, go and fight with, I think, Bali only. Go and fight with Vayu. Then he said, no, I can't. Go and fight with Himalaya. Then he said, no, I can't also. Then he was sent to, I think, I forget who that was, for Bali only. Sometimes when the demons get so much strength, they don't know what to do. They become so proud and puffed up with their strength. Because you are young and so fast, you have offended me, you become old and weak, you cursed him. So Jamban became very old. Meru told him, although you are old, when the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra come, you will do a lot of service him. This was Jamban. And Jamban was called by Sugriva, who said to him, Jamban, you are the oldest. There is nothing that you don't know. There is no demigod that you don't know. There is no avatar that you haven't seen. There is no ocean that you don't know. You know everything in this creation. You must help Angada, and son of Bali. Vali, find out where Sita is, Mother Sita is. Jamban agreed. He told Angada, don't worry. I cannot fly like before, but I know every place. I can be your guidance in this area of South India. Somewhere we'll find Mother Sita. Then there was Neela. Neela was also a Brahmaputra, a mental son of Brahma. He was an engineer, chemist, scientist. He was also a bear scientist. All these personalities, when Prabhupada, somebody asked, Jadurani Mata, these bear and these Hanuman, a monkey, these are not ordinary bear, ordinary monkey, what you see in earthly planet. No. They're great personalities. Otherwise, Jambavati, you think he is a bear girl, Krishna married? No. They're not ordinary people. That Kimpurusha means they are almost human beings. They are demigods. So Jamban is also like that. It is not ordinary. We can't conceive, we can't perceive that kind of understanding, but it is not like a ordinary human being on this earthly planet. This is not ordinary bear, this is not ordinary monkey either. So we have to understand, we have to think like that. Some of the things we can't understand with our blunt senses. We have to go by what Shastra says, what Prabhupada says, period. Without any further why this is so, why that is so. Then we'll have always speculation and always questions. So he was such a physicist, academic, and chemist that he could take different things, mix them up, and create diverse effects of color, smell, various feelings. He could change feelings by chemical combination. He could take something and mix with something else. You would feel miserable. By another combination, he could make you one's mind by chemicals without that person having to take it, unlike the drugs of today. He constructed a kingdom in Kishkinda which was so strong that it was complete stone. No cement, no concrete, just stone on top of stone. It was constructed so each stone was holding another. And it was a huge, big place, very strong. This is Neela. Hanuman, Jambavan, Neela, and Angada set forward with 30,000 Vanaras. They looked everywhere but couldn't find anything. Then they came to Vindhya mountains. By the time they had crossed the forest, which had no leaves, so many trees are there, but there are no leaves. No means no flowers, no fruits. So all the monkeys were hungry. Already they had been about 3 weeks with no water, no food. We have a hard time. Ekadasi comes itself, we have a hard time doing one day. And then imagine what's going on here. That way, they are not ordinary monkeys. They are not ordinary bears either. They didn't know what to do. They saw a black cave in front of the Vindhya mountains. Hanuman said to Angada, we are great warriors, so we must have some thrill. Let us enter this cave. All the monkeys said, no, we are not going to enter inside this cave. Already there is no water, no food. And if you go inside this cave, there will be no light. Obviously, Jamban is the one who told Hanuman, because Hanuman forgot everything, because that was a curse. He went and brought, he tried to eat sun god. Then Indra put a thunderbolt, whatnot. It is mentioned, Hanuman is also Vayuputra at the same time, but actually it was originally Lord Shiva's energy. So it's Lord Shiva and Vayu, both. So it's there. And then everybody has to give blessings at that time. Everybody gave so many plays. And then Hanuman became so proud and then was creating a little bit havoc for these sages. Then one sage cursed him. You will forget all the knowledge what you. But if somebody reminds you, then you will get back. So this time Jamban reminded him of his strength, Hanuman. So in that way, Jamban also helped him. Hanuman said to Angada, and if you go deeper there will be no air, and we will die. So Hanuman said, whoever wants to go, raise your hand. So Jamban, Angada, Nila, and of course Hanuman, after a few other monkeys, they all raised their hands. Hanuman said, all right, hold my tail. So Angada was holding his tail, and Nila was holding Angada's tail. Jamban was in the middle. Because he was old, they didn't want to lose him. And there were other monkeys, and all of them started walking into the cave. The only symptoms that they saw was some birds coming from inside, and their wings were wet. Hanuman said, look, their wings are wet. That means some water is there. As if the birds are coming from inside cave, that means some people must be living there. It must be a nice place, so everyone should come. He was preaching like this. And then monkeys were only one by one jumping. A few were standing there and wondering what to do. Basically, we are coming to another personality, which is interesting personality. And later on, then it goes to the Sampati after that. Then Sampati tells what's happening. Where is Lanka? He could see everything so distance. In one pastime, Prabhupada memories, you'll see that one devotee was stealing things. Is a devotee disciple of Prabhupada, but he used to steal things. He was a godbrother of Prabhupada, not even disciple, godbrother. Then he used to steal from the kitchen. He used to massage Prabhupada, and then he entered into the kitchen, he started cooking. And after some time, he started stealing things. And Prabhupada immediately called, and Navayogendra Swami said, tell him. So why didn't you tell him? He's godbrother, that's why we couldn't tell. No. Godbrother means he can do anything what he likes. So kick him out. And Prabhupada said, the next day he said, so see this mentality. He's a devotee, but he has like this vulture kind of mentality. So wherever vulture is, vulture can see. Only where? Looking at corpse. Even though he's there in the temple, but he's not using his devotee qualities, but he's using his crow-like mentality. We are looking for garbage. So that's why we have to be careful. We could be in the association of devotees, we could be in the temple, we could be with spiritual master. But if our mind is somewhere else, we are always looking for something dirtiness, then that's a problem. It's not a good sign. So we should use it carefully, especially when we are in the temple. We should use our time carefully. We should engage in proper service, proper chanting, proper hearing. Especially if the Sunday peace means we should attentively hear. So whatever service we may be doing, we should try to attentively hear as much as possible. If some new devotee comes, we have to take care, fine. But as much as well, we should try to hear. We should try to be in the arti, all these things. Because this is Prabhupada's established process. We have to follow. If we don't follow, then it's difficult for us to do anything. So in devotion service. So maybe there are some people we can get some food. We are hungry monkeys. They all went towards the light and discovered a beautiful city inside the cave. And so many mansions were there. These mansions were all made with gold and rubies and diamonds. They couldn't believe their eyes. There was lakes, lotus flowers, nice creepers, fruits. Angada said, don't believe this. It may be work of some demon. As soon as we go in, he will swallow us. Don't touch anything. Keep leaping. They were leaping from one place to another, and they leaped into a mansion. Without making any sound, they were inside and looking because everything was so dark till that point. They found one woman. This is a personality, new personality, who was dressed in tiger skin with matted locks of hair. She had a trident in her hand. What is this? They said. She looks like a Babaji. She's this wonderful palace. Hanuman went in front and he folded his hands. Hanuman is very good in talking because this was also benediction given by Narada Muni. There are so many benedictions. One time Narada Muni coming in, then he caught hold of Narada Muni and said, no, you have to bless me. And you have to teach me. Then he made him taught music. He learned all the music. Then he made him run around in the house. He didn't leave him. And he made in such a way that his music made his veena stone. Then Narada, I have to go now. You have to give me the veena. Otherwise, how can I go? And he said, no. Then he had made him run in the whole house where his whole house is all got the blessings, and his mother touched his feet. And then he said, now it is over. Now your job is over. Now I will, okay. Now you sing again the song, music, then I will make it. So then the veena stone became melted. Then he gave the veena, then Narada went. So that time he gave All the knowledge was there, music was everything, pretty much everything learned. So all the eloquently speaking, everything. So in this way, all blessings Hanuman got. He's expert in pretty much everything, and he used everything in the service of Lord Ramchandra. Lord Ramchandra was so fond of him. So because he was always 24/7 he was in service. Mother Sita was trying to take away his service because he's always there. He's not giving anybody service. He's taking all services. She tried to take all services, but then Lord Ramachandra said, no, you can't live with him. If you don't give service, you will be in anxiety. So you better give him service. Because he used to go outside, sit outside, and he used to make the sounds when Lord Ramachandra was sleeping, opening, yawning, and he used to make them. He was taking some service or other. He couldn't be without service because he's 24/7 thinking, Lord Ram, how can he be without service? So that's how we have to follow this devotee exalt. We cannot do without service. Chanting, hearing means we have to do service. That is the end result in the spiritual world. So we have to start that here first. Learn how to do service, purify ourselves. This attachment can be purified only if we do service. We don't do service, hearing and chanting, we are not Haridas Thakur. Just purify by chanting. So we have to do service as well, as we are learning from Lord Hanuman how much is absorbed in service, expert in service. She looked like a Babaji and she's wonderful. She's in this wonderful palace. Hanuman went in front. Oh, please tell us who you are. You look like very spiritually advanced person. Flattery. I hope you are not a demoness, but you don't look like one. You look very pious. So you must tell us who you are. She said, first tell me who you are. How did you get inside this palace? This is mystic, and human beings, Gandharvas, Vanas can never come here. Only celestials can come here. Jamban is mumbling. Yes, yes, yes. They are all celestials. They only look like monkeys. Angada asked him, what did you say? No, no, no. Jamban replied, I'm just telling something old. Jamban had been in Ramalila before, and every time they had gone in search of Sita, every time they had gone into this cave also, every time they saw something like that, he would say, because he had seen so many times. They are seeing it for the first time because demigods keep changing. Just Jamban is the same Jamban. Hanuman said, we're all the servants of Lord Ramachandra, the son of Dasharatha. Then she said, this Ramachandra, I don't think he is the son of any earthly king, because otherwise, how just by chanting his name could you cross the dark cave? It is not possible for anyone to do that. This must be an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Jamban said, she also knows so much. I know that he is an incarnate Supreme Lord. I also know who will find Sita. Some monkey said, what did you say? Jamban said, don't listen to me. I'm just an old bear. Oh, old people always mumble like this. Hanuman and this lady got into a good conversation. Hanuman pleased her and she told her identity. He was a friend of Hema, and Hema was the daughter of Mount Meru. She is going also, another person. The Hema was one being kept captive in the city by one great demon called Mayasur. He was a great magician. Indra came and he sent this Vajra and he finished this demon Maya. He took charge of Hema and she became Indra's wife. Hema was alone in that huge, big magical city. So Indra requested Meru to send his daughter so they could have some association. Hema had gone out somewhere, so that is why this lady was there. She was an ascetic and she believed in worship of impersonal Brahman and Mukti. She said there was a tiger skin and trident. This was the story. Hanuman said, we are very hungry and we are monkeys. Please give us something to eat. No, no problem. She said, you just go to this garden and you can eat plenty of fruits. Fill your stomachs. So the whole army went into the beautiful garden of Mayasura and they ate stomachs full. They came to drink water. After drinking water, she supplied them with wine, which also is not regular wine what we see today. They took also little wine. Wine back then was just a drink, not an intoxicant. In this way, they enjoyed nicely. They asked her, you please tell us how we can now get out of the cave. She said, get out of this cave. No, you can never get out of this cave. They said, what? You have fed down us nicely. You have given us so much. And now you are going to keep us in prison? Hanuman took his club and said, you want to see this? He said, wait a minute. You just ate in my house. You can't fight with me. I said, you can get out of the cow. I never said that you won't get out of the cave. All of you, close your eyes. They all closed their eyes. Then she said, now open your eyes. When they opened their eyes, they were not there. In front of them was a huge, big ocean, Mahodadi. Just like in Jagannath Puri, Mahodadi they call. They were south, somewhere between Rameswar and Puri. But this land extended so many millions down in Treta, the Ceylon that were seeing today is not the same as Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is further down because Hanuman flew 100 yojanas. A yojana is 8 miles. 800 miles is not the distance from Rameswar to Ceylon. You can reach it in 45 minutes by boat. It is not that far. It is mentioned that they were on top of the mountain from where Hanuman flew, and in the area of Rameswaram, you don't find any mountain. So that area from where Hanuman jumped, the Gandhamadana hills, is much more down, and that is all eaten up by ocean. So we shouldn't think that this was the shore where they were standing. They were not miles down at that time, because the ocean comes and eats the land. Hanuman and the others saw this Mahoda, the ocean. It was very fierce. Angada said, "We have come to the end of the land. Where is Sita? We haven't found her. How can we go back? Now that is the month. We started on full month night, and now it again full moon night." Angada felt very bad. He said, "Bring some darba grass." He placed it. He's ready to give up again. I hope wish, because they are all are experts in these things. Hanuman was sitting there with his head and in his hand looking at the ocean. He thought, "We have come to a blank disk. What is going on now? Should I come back? Should I go back or forward? What should I do?" Jaman was taking rest because he was tired of drinking wine and eating so many fruits. Other monkeys were wandering around and looking here and there. Hanuman saw the monkeys and he asked them, "What are we going to do?" They said, "We have a good idea. We'll go back to the cave. Plenty of fruits and plenty of wine, so we cannot get out. If we cannot get out, we cannot get in. No one will come trouble us. We'll be happy there." Hanuman said, "What a silly idea. This is Maya. Ramachandra is our Lord. What do you need this security for? You want to take shelter in wine and fruit? You must be a monkey." He chastised them. Angada was sitting there chanting mantras and preparing to leave his body. Hanuman also approached him. "Angada, you are a prince. What are you doing? Looking into north, sitting on Kushagras? This is not meant for strong people. Look at your shoulders. They are so strong. They are supposed to be for fighting for Lord Ramachandra. Here you are fasting, preparing to die. What are you going to do? Accomplish because of this." That's why we need strong association. Who can correct us, who can bring us up to speed. Otherwise, we'll be procrastinating always. You will die, and everyone will say, "That son of Bali is useless monkey. He died because he couldn't accomplish his mission." Angada said, "You are saying all this, but you tell me, what are we supposed to do? If I go back, Sugriva will kill me and take the kingdom. Already he planned somehow to kill my father. Now he has got a reason to kill me. He will say, 'Now you didn't accomplish your mission, so I will kill you.' No one will say anything. You will have the kingdom. Let him have the kingdom anyway. Let me just die. At least he won't die." Hanuman realized you would have to use politics here. Sama Veda Dandopai. There are 4 ways of preaching. First, you speak nicely. If none of this work, use the stick danda. Hanuman thought, "Now I have to use the Veda politics." He said, "Yes, Sugriva is like that. He may take the whole kingdom, but your mother is there. If you die, she will certainly suffer. You will give her no food, no cloth, no respect. She will beg in the street." Your mother, Angada, said no. And he threw the Kushagras away. "I'm not fasting." Hanuman said, "If you die, what is the benefit? You must go back now. Somehow or the other, we must convince him that we couldn't find Sita." Angada said, "How will I go back? I have no strength." Hanuman said, "You sit down. I will tell you the pastimes of Lord Ramchandra, then you will gain strength." He is always so conscious, supremely conscious of Lord Ramchandra, always thinking. He began to describe the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. They discussed all the wonderful things of how Lord Ramachandra broke the bow, how he defeated Parsuram, how he caressed Jatayu, how he cremated him. As soon as they began talking about that, they saw some change in the atmosphere. Everything was trembling and shaking. Hanuman caught hold of Angada and said, "Hey, some demon is coming." They were looking everywhere, and then from under the mountainside, they saw 2 big feet coming out. They looked like a bird's feet. Each nail was about 2 kilometers long. Angada said, "That's it. All 30,000 monkeys will be eaten by this demon now. Look at his fingers. They are so big." Slowly the bird came into the sight. Then they noted that this bird did not have any speed. It was dragging itself slowly. They saw the wings also, which were each 14 yojanas long. However, the wings were broken. They looked completely burned. They looked like charcoal. He was dragging himself with great difficulty. Then his face came into view, a huge beak. He opened his mouth and spoke. "Who is talking about my brother Jatayu?" So many monkeys were blown over just by the air coming out of his mouth. Jamvan was called, and Hanuman said, "Look after the monkeys. We must take care of this person. He may be useful to us." They both came to him and asked him, "Who are you?" We are talking about Jatayu. "I am Hanuman. This is Angada. I am the son of Vayu. We are the messengers of Lord Rama." Slowly the bird opened his eyes and said, "Rama? Is this the son of Dasharatha?" Hanuman said, "Yes, yes. This is the same Rama." The bird continued. "He was exiled to the forest. Has he completed his exile?" "What a wonderful bird." Angada remarked. "He is sitting under the mountain and cannot see anything, yet he knows the history. Yes, they are still in exile because they lost their wife. Sita has been taken away by Ravana. The bird said, Ravana, I will eat him up. Hanuman said, oh, very good, please do it. The bird said, but I cannot fly. My wings are broken. I am Sampati, the elder brother of Jatayu. I'm much stronger than Jatayu. I heard that Jatayu was killed by Ravana. I want to kill him, but I can't kill him as I have entered into an agreement with him. Long ago, when Sampati was flying, when he was young and very strong, Ravana was flying in with somebody's wife. This is what he does all the time. Once he was doing a fire sacrifice when Agni came and came to give a blessing, he took Agni's wife. Ravana is famous for taking people's wives. Sampati stopped him and said, where are you going? Who is this woman? Ravana said, this is Nalakuvera's wife, Pati. Said, you had better leave her right here. Otherwise, you don't know what I will do to you. Ravana said, you are just a dirty bird. So he took one of his feet and caught hold of Ravana and crushed him. Blood came out of his body. That is why Ravana have 5 holes in his body from Sampati's claw. Ravana covers those so no one can see him. But there is one hole which he doesn't cover on his chest. That is the tusk of Airavata. He wants to show that because it is a great fighting wound. At that time, Ravana touched Sampati's feet. Although you are a bird, I touch your feet. Please make an agreement with me. I won't come in your area and do anything. And you don't come in my area. They signed an agreement. Because of this, Sampati was bound by Dharma. Hanuman asked Sampati, how have you become old like this? Sampati said, oh, once Jatayu and I were having a competition. We are flying higher and higher, but we came very close to sun. And I saw Jatayu was burning. So to protect him, I put my wings over him. However, I was also very close to the sun, and my wings got burned and came loose. After that, I don't know where my brother went. You are the first I have heard say that he died in the service of Lord Ramchandra. I stayed here so long, and the Rishi once told me that when I told you where Sita was, at that time I would get my strength back. Hanuman became very excited. What did you say? Sampati repeated, when I will tell you where Sita is, Hanuman cut him short. You know where Sita is? And all the monkeys started jumping up and down. We have found Sita, we have found Sita. Sampati said, can you please move me out of this cave? I have to climb up on the top of Vindhya mountain to look at it. Angada was asked, look at what? Look at Lanka? The bird replied, Angada said, look at Lanka. Yes, it is 800 miles away. Hanuman came close to the Angada and said, just look at this bird. He is so huge, 14 yojanas each wing. This bird itself is about 30 yojanas long. Can you imagine how much power he must have in his eyes? He can sit here and see Lanka. With great difficulty, all the monkeys came under Sampati and moved him. 30,000 monkeys were trying so hard. It was difficult for them to somehow put him on top of the rock and his wings like that. Then he lifted his beak and said, I can see Sri Lanka. I can see the 10-story building of Ravana. I can see thereof the Ravana standing on the top. He could see everything. He had such optical power. Sampati is the son of Varuna, the charioteer of sun god. So he must be very powerful. Prabhupada also tells from Srimad Bhagavatam that these eagles, some of these eagles who can eat elephant, they can fly so high in the sky that they can see pretty much everything so minute. So they can fly so high. They can carry big Timingla, big whales so heavy, and so big elephants also. So we have to take everything as Shastra says. We can't just believe scientists and we can't take Shastra, what Shastra says. So that we have to go by what Acharya and Shastra more than the scientists. But Ravana is walking here and there, so many demons are around. I can see the forest of Ashoka trees. I can see yellow cloth hanging there. As soon as he said that, Hanuman said, yes, yellow cloth. That is what Mother Sita was wearing. Previously, Sita had taken some ornaments, put them in yellow cloth. She tore from her sari and threw them down. Hanuman picked them up before Rama came to Kishkinda, because Lord Ramchandra has given to Hanuman at that time to show. And Lakshmana identified them as Sita's jewelries because Sugriva found when Mother Sita was going. She left some of this cloth and jewelries so that expertly they could identify. Because Lakshmana says that Lord Rama asked, can you recognize this? This is Mother Sita's. I recognize it. I haven't seen other than the feet of the Mother Sita. I haven't seen anything. Then Lord Rama showed anklets. Oh yes, no, yes, this is Mother Sita. So you can understand what devotion, what study, what. So that is the Lord Lakshmana is teaching us how to be intensely devoted. He knows only service to Lord Ram and service to Mother Sita. Only he always looked at the feet. So we have a lot to learn from Rama and pretty much every personality. Sampati's wings became, by the time he heard the whole world, he just, I think he missed. Yeah, Lakshmana identified them as Sita, Jula. Hanuman became very happy even while they were looking. Slowly, Sampadi's wings became straight, and now new feathers were coming out of his body. Next moment, they heard loud Rama, Rama. Sampadi had chanted Rama. When he started Ra, he was already up in the sky. By the time they had heard the whole word, he was just a point in the distant sky. Sampadi went to the heavenly planet. He didn't want to be there because he wanted to go desperately to kill Ravana. But because of the fact he couldn't do it, so he just helped them, then they went. So in this way, we can understand further stories there. But what a beautiful pastime. Yeah, it's amazing. So let's end with the small bhajan of Lord Ram. रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा रामचंद्र मम बंधु रामचंद्र दय सिंधु रामचंद्र रघुनाथ रामचंद्र जगन्नाथ रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा रामचंद्र मम बंधु रामचंद्र दय सिंधु रामचंद्र रघुनाथ रामचंद्र जगन्नाथ रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा रामचंद्र मम बंधु रामचंद्र दय सिंधु रामचंद्र रघुनाथ रामचंद्र जगन्नाथ। श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Thank you very much for patiently listening. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Krishna Namananda. Prabhu, it's already 8:30. I don't know whether there'll be any questions or comments or reflections anybody would like to have, or can unmute and maybe one or two, just quickly. It's already 8:30. Okay. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Thank you, Krishna Namananda Prabhu, for nicely taking us through the Kishkinda Kaanda. Very powerful section. There are a lot of lessons that we can learn from it. You nicely explained it. Thank you so much. As we mentioned that we'll continue this next week as well. Please join. We'll go in detail the different pastimes of the Lord and how we can connect ourselves to our day-to-day life and how we can learn these lessons. Please join. And as mentioned that on Sunday, we'll be having this special programs at the temple starting at 5:30. We'll be having Tulsi Puja, Guru Puja, special Ram Bhajans and discourse. And then we'll have Kirtan, very powerful Kirtan, holy name as well as holy name of Lord Ram. So everybody please join and stay as much as you can. So it will go till midnight. We're also showing the live telecast of Prana Pradishta at Ayodhya. So all can, everybody can participate as well as to see and blessings of Lord Ram, seeing the Lord is installing, Lord is there in Ayodhya. So thank you so much. Anything else? Anybody else would like to add or any other comments?
Saturday Nagar Kirtan, Prabhuji.
Saturday Nagar Sankirtan starting at 12 o'clock at Apna Bazaar. We would humbly request everybody please join. It's a very wonderful opportunity, and on this very, very auspicious occasion of the Lord Ram coming to the Ayodhya and as well as in our heart, so we can bring Lord Ram to our heart by these processes of chanting and participating in this very, very auspicious and holy festival of Nagara Sankirtan. Thank you so much. Okay, nothing else. Then let's conclude. Vancha kalpatarupasya krapa sindhu bhevaja patidanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo namo namo.
Vaishnavrinda ki
Jai.
Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki
Jai.
Siddharam Lakshmana Hanuman ji ki
Jai.
Nanda Kodi Vaishnavrinda ki
Jai.
Shri ki Gaurav Prema.
Jai.
Hari Hari.
Thank you. Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Hari Bol.
Hare
Krishna. Hari Bol.
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Nice class. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.